In the vast history of the NBA, the draft has always been a crucial turning point that determines the fate of teams and reshapes the league landscape. When it comes to the best draft years in history, the 1984, 1996, and 2003 draft classes always come to the forefront of fans' minds. However, when we delve deep into the 2018 draft class, we are surprised to find that it is rising with irresistible force, demonstrating strength in many aspects that can rival or even surpass the classic draft years. The most remarkable aspect of the 2018 draft class is the explosive talent at the point guard position. Luka Doncic, a basketball prodigy from Europe, had already created a legend in European basketball before setting foot in the NBA. He was not only the youngest MVP in the history of the EuroLeague and the Spanish League but also led Real Madrid to championships in both top-tier tournaments, dominating the European court as a core leader. However, on the stage of the NBA draft, Doncic's journey was full of twists and turns. Some NBA general managers had doubts about him. They thought he was not quick-footed enough and lacked athleticism, fearing that he would struggle in the NBA like some of his predecessors. For example, the Phoenix Suns already had Devin Booker and Eric Bledsoe in the backcourt at that time. They preferred to select a big man and thus chose DeAndre Ayton. The Sacramento Kings also faced a dilemma. Although general manager Vlade Divac knew Doncic's father and was well aware of Doncic's strength, considering the saturated backcourt of the team, they ultimately chose Marvin Bagley. Fortunately, the Atlanta Hawks, after selecting Doncic, traded him to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Trae Young and the Mavericks' first-round pick in 2019. This trade was a stroke of genius and became a classic example of a win-win trade in NBA history. Trae Young is also incredibly talented. His passing is unpredictable, always creating excellent scoring opportunities for his teammates at critical moments. His shooting is equally remarkable with a lethal three-point shot from beyond the arc. So far in his career he averages 25 points and 10 assists per game. He has become the core engine of his team's offense, creating a young whirlwind in the league. In addition to Doncic and Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Brunson are also hidden gems in this draft. Shai, despite being selected at a relatively low position, has shown outstanding all-around skills. He excels in scoring, passing, and defense, gradually growing into a perennial All-NBA player with the potential to compete for the MVP. Jalen Brunson was overlooked by many teams in the draft due to his height disadvantage and was not selected until the 33rd pick by the Mavericks. However, he led Villanova University to win 2 NCAA championships in college. After entering the NBA with his solid basic skills and keen insight into the game, he has steadily established himself in the league and is now on the way to becoming a legend for the New York Knicks. The talent of the 2018 draft class is not limited to the point guard position. Other positions also boast a galaxy of stars. Jaren Jackson Jr. was selected by the Memphis Grizzlies with the 4th pick. He is like a defensive wall in the paint, a fearsome shot-blocking machine, and at the same time he has the quick feet of a guard and excellent shooting touch. In 2024 he averaged 22 points per game. He not only won the Defensive Player of the Year award but also became a regular in the All-Star game, leading the league in blocked shots. Judging from his current development trend, he is likely to win the Defensive Player of the Year award again in the future and may even be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Mo Bamba was selected by the Orlando Magic with the 6th pick. His astonishingly long wingspan is so that he can easily close the doors on both sides of a limousine while sitting in the backseat. With this unique advantage and excellent athletic ability, he poses a great threat on the defensive end and is regarded as the best defensive prospect in this draft. Michael Porter Jr. was originally a top prospect in the draft. His jump shot is beautiful and highly effective, often being compared to Kevin Durant. However, a back injury in college caused his draft position to drop significantly. He was not selected until the 14th pick by the Denver Nuggets. Despite the injury, his talent remains undeniable. After entering the NBA, he gradually regained his form and became an important offensive weapon for the Nuggets. In terms of achievements, the 2018 draft class has already presented an impressive report card. Doncic, Shai, Young, and Brunson have all been selected for the All-Star and All-NBA teams. If the draft were to be redone, Doncic would most likely be the first overall pick, followed by Shai. Brunson and Young would compete fiercely for the 3rd pick. Jaren Jackson Jr. might be selected 5th, and Michael Porter Jr. would also be picked at a relatively high position. This is sufficient to prove the profound depth of this draft and the extraordinary strength of the players. In terms of the length of players' careers, the 2018 draft class has also performed outstandingly. From 1984 to 2014, on average, only 19 players per draft class had a 10-year career in the NBA, while the average career length of NBA players is only 4.5 years. The 2003 draft had 27 players who played for 10 years or more, setting a previous record. As of now, 37 players from the 2018 draft are still active in the league. It is foreseeable that most of them will continue to play in the league for at least 4 more years. Calculated at a 75% rate, it is expected that 27 of these 37 players will be able to play in the NBA for 10 years, tying the record of the 2003 draft. This shows the strong strength and endurance of the players in this draft class. Moreover, the role players in the 2018 draft class also play an important role. Many role players such as Bruce Brown, Mitchell Robinson, and Robert Williams perform their duties in their respective teams. Whether it is their tenacious defense, active rebounding, or timely play making on the offensive end, they have all made great contributions to their team's victories and have become indispensable pieces of the team puzzle. Compared with classic draft years such as 1996 and 1984, the 2018 draft class may be slightly inferior in the number of All-Stars and MVPs, but it is not inferior in terms of depth and overall player quality. The 1984 draft produced 4 Hall of Famers and 3 MVPs, and the 1996 draft had 10 All-Stars. The 2018 draft is expected to have 5 future Hall of Famers, a figure that exceeds many draft years. More importantly, there were almost no major draft busts in the 2018 draft. Although some players did not reach their expected heights, they still had remarkable performances in the league. The 2018 draft class is undoubtedly a significant chapter in NBA history. With its outstanding talent at the point guard position, diverse talents in other positions, the stunning achievements of the players, and far-reaching influence, it has left its unique mark in the league's history. As time goes by, it is believed that the players of this draft class will continue to write their legends and add more exciting chapters to the history of the NBA.